This isn't the first time journalist Rafał Tomański has visited the huge construction site in the south of Warsaw. He can't keep away, since he learned that North Koreans are sent here by their government as forced labor. He tries to talk to the workers, but they don't speak with strangers, let alone journalists.
It's not that they're camera shy. They act the same way when the labor inspectors come. They are quite simply afraid. They've been intimidated.
Tomański is sent away from the construction site again. His aim is to draw attention to the scandal that the Polish state allows North Koreans to work here under what he calls exploitative conditions.
The same workers are always here, the whole time. They build one floor after the other, as at any construction site, from morning till night.
Buses take the North Koreans to and from work. Most of their hard-earned pay goes to the North Korean state, so that dictator Kim Jong Un has hard currency. Reporters from Vice Media production company managed to talk with one North Korean near his dormitory. The reporter asks a worker how many people live in one room. 4 or 5 is the answer. The man says workers have Sundays free, but otherwise work 11 hours a day. He hasn't seen his wife and child since he left Korea in May 2013. He says workers are allowed to visit home after 2.5 years, but then they have to return to work for another 3 years. Most of the North Koreans applied voluntarily, but did they know what they were letting themselves in for? A deadly accident in Gdansk exposed how vulnerable the North Koreans are. During a welding job, a fire broke out, and one Korean died of his burns. His protective clothing and the site's fire protection measures were totally inadequate. The Polish authorities know what's going on. The labour inspection found numerous labour law violations in regard to working hours, breaks and vacations, but little action is taken. Rafał Tomański says that has to change. At his initiative, the Helsinki Foundation for Human Rights and a South Korean NGO organised an international conference titled Prison Without Bars.
Until today, no one bothered organizing an event about this problem. I'm very glad I can come here now.
Poland, an EU country, stands accused of accepting human rights violations within its own borders. A government representative defends the state, but not very convincingly.
I'd say the conditions under which they work in Poland are no worse than in other countries.
Tomański is outraged.
The question of North Korean workers has been raised very often recently, but nothing is done. I am ashamed of the slow response of the Polish government and of how slowly the authorities investigate and punish the guilty.
Tomański has had a partial success. At the moment, new work visas are not being issued. But Tomański's primary aim is decent working conditions for the North Koreans, and so he continues writing his articles.